All right, so we're going to get right into A9 day 2. Again, we're solving inequalities specifically. We're doing absolute value inequalities, okay? And there's two types that we got to know. The first one is, if I have the absolute value of u is less than a, then all I have to do to solve it is rewrite it. So it's u is less than a. I just rewrite it without the absolute values. And if it's a less than, it's an and. U is greater than negative a, okay? The idea on the second inequality is that you've multiplied the a by a negative, and anytime we multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip your sign. So this is going to be an and inequality, and you will see that it is always graphed. Here's negative a, here's a, and it'll be graphed and shaded towards each other. So anytime we have a less than or equal to absolute value inequality, it is an and. The shading will go thumbs in, okay? So when we do the next one, if I have the absolute value of u is greater than a, then I have u is greater than a, or u is less than negative a. So I rewrite it just without the absolute value, or I rewrite it and make this a negative, and it's like been multiplied. And if you multiply by a negative, you've got to flip the inequality sign as well, okay? A lot of people change this to a negative, but they forget the sign also. Don't forget the inequality sign, okay? So when you do these, here's negative a, here's a, they will be shaded out. So you'll see them as thumbs out, okay? So the way I always remember it, if it's greater than, so if I have the absolute value of u is greater than or equal to a, I don't think greater than, I think greater than, So that's how I remember it. Instead of greater than, it's greater than, yeah, buddy. All right, so let's give this one a shot here. I'm skipping over to example 2 if you got notes. Okay, I've got the absolute value of x is less than or equal to 9. So the first thing I have to do is identify, is this an and or an or? What do you say? Paige, Kayla, Jose, what do you say? And or? Less than or equal to? All right, we got an and. So I rewrite it. Jose says an and. I got x is less than or equal to 9, and x and 9, that 9 is now negative, and I have flipped my sign to greater than. So this is what changes right here, okay? All right, so I'm ready to graph this thing. Here's negative 9, here's 9. I'll graph this one first. X is greater than or equal to negative 9. Which way does this thing go? Which way are we going? Madeline, Morgan, Lorelei, where are we going? Parentheses or brackets, left or right? It's a bracket to the right. Perfect. And then I do the next one. Morgan, you got this one? X is less than or equal to 9? Fantastic. So I have a bracket to the left. That good? You guys are really choppy today. I don't know why. Am I choppy today?
No.
I'm good. All right. So final answer, I have from left to right, negative 9 to 9. Brackets around those are inclusive. Okay? Easy peasy. Let's go harder. I'm going to jump right to number 4. So I'm skipping over 1 and 3 today, as I don't think we need to go over all of them. We do this next one. Here I have the absolute value of 1 minus 2x, and then negative 4 on the outside is greater than negative 1. Okay? First thing you're going to do, how am I going to solve this thing? How are we going to solve?
You have to add the 4 over.
Add the 4 over. Very good. So now I have the absolute value of 1 minus 2x is greater than 3. Now I can split these up into two inequalities, but I have to decide, is it and or if it's greater than? What do you guys got? And or or? Or? Is that what I heard? So I got 1 minus 2x is greater than 3, or 1 minus 2x and 3 stay the same, but now it's negative 3 and I flip my sign. So these two symbols over here are changing. Okay. Now the beautiful thing, I just solve it like I see it. I subtract 1. Subtract 1. So now I have negative 2x is greater than 2, or negative 2x is less than negative 4. And then I divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. And 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1. But when I multiply or divide, I must flip my sign. So now that is x is less than negative 1. And over here, negative 4 divided by negative 2 we know is 2. But I divided by negative, so that is now greater than instead of less than. Okay, so I have this or that. So I graph it. Here's negative 1, here's 2. X is less than negative 1. Parentheses or brackets, left or right? What do you guys say? Which way am I going? Parentheses or brackets, left or right? X is less than negative 1. Parentheses to the left. Awesome. And we'll do this one in red. I got x is greater than 2. We got a what? Parentheses to the right. So there's my graph. Okay. Now we haven't seen interval notation for ors yet, so pay attention. Okay, whether you're doing A9 homework 1 or 2, I look to the left and I just do this one. This starts over here at negative infinity and it goes to negative 1 parenthesis. Then I don't see anything, so I don't see anything. Then it starts at 2 and it goes to infinity. Okay? Now, in between this, you're going to put the letter U, and U equals union. It's like a marriage. What's yours is mine. Either or. Okay? That's union. Union equals or. Okay? We're going to dive into union and intersection stuff, which is and stuff, when we start looking at Venn diagrams and stuff, but that's not until like chapter 13 or 14, so we've got some time for that. But this is what you would write for interval notation for an or. Okay? Guys have any questions for the or? Want to do at least one more here, so let's finish up. One more to do. People see this one on my math lab and they freak out. We say, don't freak out. Just simplify it a little bit. So I've got the absolute value of 2 minus 3x is greater than the absolute value of negative 1. Well, just simplify this guy. So I have the absolute value of 2 minus 3x, and the absolute value of negative 1 is just 1. And then we separate it. We have isolated that absolute value. So now we have 2 minus 3x is greater than 1. Greater than is an or. 2 minus 3x is less than -1. So I've changed that to a negative, and I changed that sign. Okay? So we solve it just like we would if those were equal signs. We subtract the 2 over. We get -3x is greater than 1 minus 2 is -1. We get -3x is less than -1 minus 2, we know is -3. And then my last step, I divide by -3. -1 divided by -3 is positive 1/3, but I've got to flip the sign. I just divided by a negative, I got to flip that guy. So I get x is less than 1/3, or over here I got x, -3 divided by -3 is 1, but that less than has now been flipped to greater than. Okay, so I have that. And then I can put that on a number line. Here's 1/3, here's 1. All right, let's finish up right here. I got x is less than 1/3. Parenthesis or bracket left or right, which way am I going? Shout it out. Yeah, parenthesis to the left. And I got x is greater than 1. That is a parenthesis to the right, to the right, to the right. Final answer, guys. Always start left to right when you're doing interval notation. This way over here is -infinity, and this is infinity. Okay, if you're struggling with the figure 8, just do 2 circles. Okay, so it goes from -infinity to 1/3, and it goes 1 to infinity. And final answer for my math lab, to get a right, don't put commas in between, put the U. Okay, and that will be a little button for you to press on your screen with your mouse. Okay, so -infinity 1/3, or union 1 to infinity. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for chapter A9, day 2.